hoped the economic assessment programme would help me gain knowledge in an area that I had very little knowledge of, to be honest. We were about to undertake a new build of our inpatient unit, and I was the senior manager at the time, and there were some important questions we need answers for about costs and outcomes in relation to how many beds we needed, occupancy levels, and this seemed an ideal time to learn some more knowledge. There's huge changes in relation to the outcomes that came out of the course because they've really influenced the decisions we've made. We're now 5 weeks away from returning to a new built inpatient unit, and the decisions that I made during that course have led us to 15 beds, single rooms, staffing levels that we can afford, a good balance in our budget of what we've put in the inpatient unit, what goes to our community patients, and we can increase our bed days, and we feel confident we'll be able to demonstrate very quickly that those goals are very real. The course has had a really big impact actually, so since then I've changed position. I'm now fortunate enough to be the Director of Patient Care, and with that the opportunity to influence my managers. So the things that I see that I've done differently is really engage with the finance team. We've got a really easy flow. We talk the same language, which for me, one of the parts of the economic assessment I really benefited from was the dialogue. It's not just about figures, it's about the story behind it, that qualitative piece as well as the quantitative. And I think as a nurse, that's the bit I'm always really going to value. I also think I ask much more knowledgeable questions when I'm talking to commissioners, and funding of CHC beds. We get funded at the cost of a care home. I sort of explain that we're quite a specialist unit and we look at benchmarking costs, and I'm actually saying, well, what are you benchmarking? What's your slice of what's going into that cost? So I feel much more enabled and empowered to ask questions which I never would have thought of before. It really enables you to understand projects, outcomes, costings, something we all do every day, but it's actually empowering to understand the process and be able to describe it to your team, support other people with business cases. I've just opened a new bit in my brain really that starts to think about costs and productivity, so I think I use it every day. What's different about this course is you can really apply the knowledge in your workplace. I think it's a module that everybody undertakes, and everybody should have the opportunity to understand costings. Nurses and healthcare professionals often want to move away from that part of work, but actually it's so empowering, so enabling, and it just gives you clarity to the questions you're asking. I'd really recommend it to everyone.